Okay, it is time for another unboxing. And I have been adamantly trying to get the 40th anniversary. The last one I've been able to get so far has been the Stormtrooper. And I have not been successful in finding any more of the Han. I still need an R2. Oh. And I have not yet located a Sand People. So I need a few more before I can begin to open this beautiful beast of a Stormtrooper up. He is pretty badass looking. I mean, it was funny, somebody pointed out the other day on Twitter that these little vents on here, this guy's missing his, and evidently has been for 40 years. So that was kind of funny. I don't remember who that was. I have to look it up on Twitter again and see who said that. But I have been collecting some of the regular Black Series, and one thing I did pick up though was I've been getting the Rock Candy by Funko, and this set came out during the San Diego Comic-Con, and the other thing I've been collecting is Batgirl, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I picked this up over at, I think Hot Topic has these. I think that's who has an exclusive on these little cuties here. So they are out. I managed to get one here. I don't know if I'm going to open it or not. It's pretty cool, but we'll see. Now, I do have, as you can kind of see in the dark shadow here, I got the light up. I'm going to have to close this curtain a little bit to be able to see everything. See how nice and pretty it is outside. That kind of helps a little bit. There, now you can see them a little better. I have the Red Royal Guard in the box. Oop, I just killed the light. I have the boxed Leia, and I also have, as you probably have seen earlier, I do have the carded Leia. I have two of those. I've not done an opening up on that yet. I picked up a Kylo Ren because I hadn't picked one up yet, and see stuff starting to go on sale. The Imperial AT-ACT drivers, somebody mistakenly put those on clearance, and you can see that at $5 a piece, when they're normally $20, was a hell of a deal. So I snagged two of them and went back the next week to see what else they had, and they were taken off of clearance. So yeah, I scored on that one. Somebody screwed up, and I managed to snag them before they fixed the problem. And the Lando and the Royal Guard both were picked up at GameStop. The Royal Guard, they had a few of them sitting on the shelf. I should have grabbed two of them, but I only got one. Wasn't thinking too clearly. I'll probably open him up soon to compare him to the original 3 3/4 figure that I have sitting in my collection. But the Lando, I lucked out on him. I was in there looking for more 40th stuff, seeing what they had, and somebody had convinced them to hold him for them, and it'd been a couple weeks and they never picked him up, so I was able to score Lando. He was sitting in their back room, and the guys there have been building a rapport with him, which, if you're looking for stuff, you've got to talk to these people. You've got to get them to let you do stuff. I know the lucky sucker running the Super Awesome Geek, he got his Forces of Destinies on hold, so he was able to score those. I don't know how cleaned out they were when they showed up, but speaking of the Forces of Destiny, the only store that has had them has been our South Target. Our Target down other end of town is not bringing them in, and Toys R Us still had not, as of Wednesday, gotten them on the shelves yet. So, some kind of pricing issue. So for those out looking for those lovelies, it definitely is a time to get them. Now, speaking of Forces of Destiny, when I was out running around, I did actually manage to get my greedy little grubby fingers on a couple of them. The ones that I thought was most wonderful to collect. So I grabbed Sabine, because I just think Sabine is freaking awesome. I don't care who you are. A freaking Mandalorian of either sex. I know a lot of people are slamming Forces of Destiny on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And it's like, you know what, people? It's more Star Wars. It really is. So I got Sabine, and I was able to, since they actually did have all of them on hand, I picked up Leia, mainly because she has R2, and I love R2-D2. He is probably the character of Star Wars, and he is just awesome. And checking him out through the packaging, it appears he has a third leg. I can't really show it on the screen because you got to really look through the package. I don't know if I'm going to open this up. I may just keep it in the packaging. It is a badass figure. Same as Sabine. These two are just really awesome. And anyone who's watched this little episodes that they've got, gotta admit, Disney's putting out some good stuff with Lucas, and they are catering to the younger audience with these, but that is fine. You know, Star Wars has always been about the kids, and for 40 years Star Wars has been my pretty much passion, along with most everybody else around who's been watching it for that long, or even shorter. There's a bunch of people who are young and love it. So, I'm thinking I'm going to do an opening of the driver, because I do have two of them. I got them at dirt cheap prices. They're usually 20 bucks a piece. I got them 2 for 10. So, I do have a little time to open one of these up. So I usually been open up the 40th anniversary stuff. However, I don't have, well, I do have a few more to open up. I still have Leia, and I think that's about it. I think I just have Leia. Oh, and I can open a Chewie, because I did pick up a second Chewie because he was more of a cooler character at the time. Really would like to find more of those stormtroopers, because they are just wicked. In fact, they're about the same height, maybe a little bit shorter. So I think we'll do an opening on the Black Series of the AT-ACT driver. You know, the rule of thumb, you should always have 2 of them. One for posterity. Well, you know what? The Black Series may go up in value like the original Star Wars stuff did, and it may not. Who knows? I always tell people, collect what you love, otherwise you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of junk. So that's pretty much all there is in the packaging for him. Nothing really to speak of. They do have a little bit of the writing on the back. Would like to get my hands on the Rey and Luke set, but evidently that was an exclusive, and those are pretty spendy online right now. I mean, he's a little bit shorter than the Stormtrooper. I don't know if that's just because they're differences of the molding or what the process is, but he still looks pretty cool. Still badass. He's got the belt. Got that signature Stormtrooper belt on. Love that. Just popped him right out of his packaging. All that noise. Oh, look at that. And he's all just kind of slumped over. Yeah. Pretty cool. Can't really see him like that, but I mean, that's a pretty cool pose. So, got his little blaster here, which kind of looks the same as the blaster on the Stormtrooper. A little bit smaller, I think. Yeah, it's pretty close. Get him straighten up a little bit. Straighten up and fly right. Supposedly the tank's coming out, but we'll see if they release it for these guys. It'd be pretty cool to get something that size. I think I should have gotten the TIE Fighter when they had it, but I couldn't see spending that much money on it. I've seen some people that got them. More power to you. I just couldn't spend the money for it. Got to get his little finger inside the trigger. First rule of thumb on the weapon: make sure your trigger finger is off the weapon, off the trigger. How do I want to pose him? Because he's actually pretty posable, considering some of the other figures that they've come out with. And he just kind of slumps over a little bit. Got pretty good detailing on the back. Some of these had more bands on the shoulder. The two I've got are just plain, and everyone I've looked at has been plain. I don't know where the variations are at, who's got them, but they're out there. I don't know if it's supposed to be an officer or what the deal is on it, but I think we'll just do a standard strike, look awesome, badass repose. Turn his head a little bit. Got the blaster rifle out there. This is pretty much the opening for this guy, pretty quick. Not a whole lot to him. Stand there looking badass next to the other guy. I may open the other one up, put one on each side of my display. We'll just see. But that is pretty much what I've been working on collecting. Still trying to get the last of the 40th stuff, but they're pretty much out to, nobody's getting them in anymore. So they're getting harder and harder to find. I did find the Leia in the last week, so some of these older figures are coming out still. So don't give up, don't be discouraged. You might actually get your hands on some of these. I'm probably not going to open this one up. I'm going to open up one of the carded ones. I'll just keep this. I know I can't ever get her signature on it, but Leia's always been the princess. Carrie's always been the Leia, so can't bring anybody else to replace her. At least Star Wars isn't going to CG her to death. The little Stormtrooper right there next to him. So that's it for the opening, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll probably do another one here maybe over the weekend. This is kind of a late night to do it, but I had some time. The weather's nice. I don't know if I'll do one outside or not. It's just all nice all weekend, but I might. So, good luck, good hunting, and I'll see you next time.